Hello and welcome to Reston Today. I'm your host, Andy Sigle. In today's show, environmental experts help us understand and be safe around one of our area's wild creatures, the Copperhead snake. For some students at South Lakes High School, the classroom is the stream. We'll learn about a one-of-a-kind partnership that will help both students and our streams. In today's nature tip, we'll show you an alternative for another of the invasive exotic plants. Stay with us. Reston is a wildlife habitat, and most of us are accustomed to seeing the animals that share our spaces with us. But what if those creatures are snakes? Reston's environmental resource manager and some experts from the county explain.
I'm here today to tell you about several calls we have received recently concerning copperhead snakes. A few tips to follow to avoid confrontation with snakes are to keep your cats indoors, to walk your dogs on a leash, make sure that you have a clear pathway that you're walking on, and to remove brush and stored firewood right around your home.
Since late June, we've had very little rain. So there's not much food in the woods, and the mice in particular are moving up towards the houses where there's bird feeders, there are irrigated lawns and gardens, and there's good food and cover, and the snakes are simply following their food.
Adult copperheads are 2 to 3 feet long, and they're a very thick, heavy-bodied snake. They have a triangular head and elliptical pupils that resemble cat eyes. They have a coppery brown color to their head and a light brown to dark brown body with hourglass-shaped crossbands running from the top of the head down to the tail. The juveniles are 8 to 10 inches long at birth, and they're similarly colored minus the black flecked markings and a distinct bright sulfur yellow tail. When working in your yard, you should always remember to wear high-quality, thick gloves. You should remember to wear boots and thick jeans. We aren't saying not to have a garden or a well-maintained area with a wood pile for your fireplace. All it means is being conscious of where that is placed in your yard.
Well, parks similar to this Reston Association land that we're on right now, the parks have trails, but a lot of natural area. Most of it's undeveloped. There are always things on parkland that could be hazardous. You know, there's water features, people could fall on rocks, but there are a few animals. There are bee stings that happen fairly regularly, and there is their occasional encounter with a snake. And what we just remind people is those things are there. You're going to enjoy the natural area, but just be aware that things are out there.
If you come into contact with one or you're approaching one, the first thing they will do instinctually is to freeze and remain motionless until you pass by. If you're in your yard, for instance, and you aren't passing by, you're working in your yard, playing in your yard, and they're there and they're frozen, it's not until you brush against them or grasp them or touch them with your foot or your hand that they will strike and bite as a last defense.
If you get bitten by a copperhead snake, it's important that you seek medical attention promptly.
What you are seeing is a science class in action. These students from South Lakes High School are taking part in actual field studies that will help researchers understand how a stream changes after restoration. You see, the high school is located in Snaketon Branch, the first of Reston's 14 miles of stream to be restored through partnership with Wetland Studies and Solutions. While WSSI is collecting data about the changes that occur in the restored stream, more data could help provide an even more comprehensive picture of the stream restoration in an urban area. So enter the science students, the Reston Association environmental staff, and the U.S. Geological Survey volunteers. Rather than talking about the health of the stream, the students will be seeing and analyzing it firsthand under the guidance of their teacher and the USGS volunteers. This unique project also supports the science curriculum.
In May of 2008, the Reston Association Board of Directors passed a resolution banning 8 invasive exotic species from being planted in Reston. The negative effects of invasive exotic plants is that it will take over the natural area, prohibiting native plants from growing and completely destroying the balance of the ecosystem. So when you're going to the nursery, ask for natives. And for example, you have Christmas fern, which is an evergreen fern, and this one, which could replace your winged euonymus, your burning bush. It's called spice bush.
Remember, Newcomers Night is November 12th, and we look forward to seeing you there. So until next time, I'm your host, Andy Sigle, saying thank you for joining us on Reston Today.